So this is a pretty crazy story here. And so I don't know if anybody else is in California. I'm guessing there's a good amount of people watching this channel in California. But it is right now, February 9th. And I can't remember the last day where it was gloomy outside, where you could not see the sun. For the past month and a half, like ever since even January, it feels like every single day there is sunlight. You look at the weather forecast every single day, it's a sunny day. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is not a normal thing for January and February. January and February, when it's supposed to be very gloomy, dark, it's supposed to be cloudy, you're supposed to get some rain. There is none of that happening. There is zero rain right now. There is zero gloominess. You don't go outside and it's like overcast. You go outside and the sun is fucking beaming at you. It's like, what? And so I started to notice this actually last year in January because I was like, wow, why is it like half the days it felt like in January were sunny? It was very bizarre. So it says here, LA under rare February heat advisory going into Super Bowl weekend. The National Weather Service warns of the possibility of increased risk for heat-related illnesses to the homeless, outdoor workers, those participating in outdoor activities, elderly, and infants. So obviously, the Super Bowl is being held in LA. It's going to be Bengals and Rams going at it. And so they're actually giving an advisory that the temperature highs are going to range from the mid to high 80s, running 15 to 20 degrees above normal. That's fucking crazy. 15 to 20 degrees above normal. Oh my God. It says LA County is expected to experience unseasonably warm weather going into the Super Bowl weekend. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for Los Angeles County from Wednesday through Sunday night. The Super Bowl is being held Sunday at Inglewood SoFi Stadium, where the Cincinnati Bengals will face off against the LA Rams. The advisory projects temperature highs ranging from mid to high 80s, running 15 to 20 degrees above normal temps for this time of year. However, evenings will still reach lows in the mid 50s. Amid the drastic weather changes, the NWS warns of the possibility of increased risk for heat-related illnesses to the homeless, outdoor workers, those participating in outdoor activities, elderly, and infants. The hottest Super Bowl on record occurred on January 14th, 1973 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum with a temperature of 84 degrees. So we might actually see that the record for the hottest Super Bowl might actually get broken. And so this is obviously a big deal. We can see climate change going on before our eyes. This is not something that is just, is not seen before, or it's going to happen necessarily just in the future. We can even see with the tornado stuff that was going on, as well as the increase in not only hurricane frequency, but hurricane strength of Cat 4s and Cat 5s. And so, what does climate change mean? Climate change essentially means that, there's too much emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere that causes heating. And it's not true that heating is only going to lead to heat-related issues. Like that snowstorm you saw in Texas is because of warming causing the polar vortex to actually, get off of its rocker, and so it causes a snowstorm. So it's not like it's just going to be really hot. That's not just what climate change is going to do. You're going to see increase in hurricane frequency and strength. You're going to see an increase in fire strength and frequency. Obviously, you're going to have less access to water as the ice caps melt. You're going to have increase of any kind of extreme weather occurrence. So that's really the key. It's extreme weather occurrences are going to increase. So that means more snowstorms like you saw in Texas. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be another one happening soon. And so you can see frequency of these kinds of things continuing. But having like an 85 or a 90 degree day in February is extremely, extremely concerning. And so when you hear something like, oh, well, the average temperature is only going to go up by like 2 degrees, right? That's a huge amount. That's a huge increase, because that's averaged out all throughout the year, instead of looking at it as like, oh, okay, well, how much hotter will it be in the summer? How much hotter will it be in the winter, right? It's taking just an average in comparison to what the temperature would be. And so it makes it sound little, and that's the problem with the statistic of average. Sometimes there's not even really a good statistic to use, but you have to find the right one. And as you guys know, if you've taken a statistics class, average is useless when the numbers vary differently. So if you're talking about comparing like 40 and 90, average is useless because those are very different numbers. So we can see climate change occurring right now. It's continuing to occur. It's not something that's just going to occur in the future. It's occurring now, but it's also going to occur in the future, obviously, not that long from now, 50 years. You'll probably still be alive by then, depending on what your age is. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of horrible stuff, and it seems like people just aren't taking it seriously for whatever reason. You see Jordan Peterson doing a bunch of stupid stuff on Joe Rogan's podcast about this, but it is very serious. It's going to lead to water scarcity, obviously. Entire areas are going to have, sea levels rise so that they're completely unlivable. There's going to be tons and tons of horrible stuff that happens as a result.